Hi, I'm Roc.
And I'm Remy.
We saw what went down in The Princess Bride, and we're determined to make something even better. But how do you improve on perfection?
Well, each episode will be rating a year of cinema from 1988 all the way through to present day. We'll be taking one director, one actor, and one scene.
We'll then stitch it all together and see if lightning can strike twice.
Welcome to the Fire Swamp.
Hello and welcome back to episode 7 of the Fire Swamp podcast with your hosts Roc and Remy. This episode we're doing 1994. So should we just jump straight in?
Let's just jump straight
Okay.
in. Yeah, so the director I've chosen is Quentin Tarantino for Pulp Fiction, obviously.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I mean, what a film. Like
The difficult second album that he succeeded with.
I think it's one of those films where I'm pretty sure this was one of the first Tarantino films I ever saw. Which I wouldn't say this is my favourite Tarantino film, but it's definitely up there as just. It's grown on me over the years. Do you know? I think this was the first Tarantino film I watched, and then I proceeded to, because he's only done like 8. I've then proceeded to watch all of his films, and I remember not absolutely adoring it at the beginning, and then as I came back to it, I think on rewatches, I think Pulp Fiction does get better, but it is a little bit confusing at first because obviously you got 4 stories all going on that then intertwine within the film.
Yeah, and it's a variation of like those characters are gangsters, common criminals.
Yeah. One's just a boxer.
Yeah.
I mean, stacked cast as well.
Yeah, phenomenal cast.
Samuel L. Jackson, John Travolta, Tim
Willis.
Roth, Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Harvey Keitel.
Yeah, Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, he even had. I think it's probably the longest cameo he's done in his films, isn't it?
Yes.
He cameos in this, and
I would say this is as long as the Reservoir Dogs one, just because he's got the whole Madonna speech.
Yeah.
But then he's like dead. So
yeah, and obviously in Django's in it for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Everyone always hails this as like the Tarantino film, which I don't necessarily agree with, as I've said, but I can't deny what it is as a film. I mean, he's...
You know, I've had kind of the reverse experience. I watched this probably when I was around about 13, 14, and it was like the best thing since sliced bread. And then over the years... Not that it's dropped massively in my estimations or anything like that. I think it's deservedly a classic. It's a phenomenal script. But like it's kind of dropped from like a 5 out of 5 to a 4.5. It's like, I don't know what it is about me getting older in that film. I think I'm not sure that it flows as seamlessly.
I do know what you mean.
As I
do you think it's because of the 4 stories going on?
I just think some intertwine better than others.
Yeah.
Like I've always felt that the Bruce Willis boxing side story doesn't quite
it's a little
groove with the
weird,
Travolta, the Uma Thurman, the Harvey Keitel,
the Tim
that
Roth,
kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
So I don't know. I'm kind of more interested in because what's Bruce Willis's character name? It's like Biff or Buff or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I almost kind of would be fascinated to see that as a film on its own.
Yeah, that could have been a standalone. Thing. Yeah.
That would have been quite interesting for me, and I think almost it would have made Pulp Fiction a better film.
I like
that feels like the add-on.
The conspiracy theory about you know the bit with the suitcase
Yeah.
where they open it up
Yeah.
and you never see what's inside it.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's this glowing light.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And everyone always like, oh, what's inside the briefcase? We never see what's inside. Have you heard the soul conspiracy about it? That it's Marcellus Wallace's soul that's in the briefcase.
Oh, God.
And I was just like, what? But
Right.
because there's a shot where it pans round the back of Marcellus Wallace and he's got a plaster on the back of his neck.
That's right, yeah.
And people take that as that's where his soul was removed.
Wow.
And then it was put inside the suitcase and that's what is inside the suitcase. And it's like, but I think there has been a leaked image of what it was inside the briefcase and it's literally just a bulb.
Really?
It's really disappointing.
Oh,
really
God.
disappointing.
Yeah, I think when I was younger, I just assumed it was gold.
I thought
Just
it was
gold.
Yeah, you think it's gold because obviously that's the classic shot of
Yeah.
treasure chest full of gold
Yeah.
shining in your face.
Yeah.
I read somewhere that loads of people thought it was Marcellus Wallace's soul.
Well, you give people a little and they'll take a lot. That's all I can say about that one.
But it's got, you know, from the minute you're watching it, it's a Tarantino film.
Yeah.
It's got little bits of humour sprinkled in there and some really iconic, famous scenes and famous lines. I mean, the is it Ezekiel speech that Samuel L. Jackson's character does is iconic. I mean, he still remembers it word for word to this day.
I think also, I mean, even just them driving to that location
with
just talking about the Royale
with cheese.
A quarter pounder with cheese in Paris.
They don't call it a quarter pounder with cheese?
Oh man, they got the metric system. They wouldn't know what the fuck a quarter pounder is.
And what do they call it?
They call it the Royale with cheese.
Royale with cheese.
That's right.
And, you know, I think one of the things that I really admire about Tarantino, and it's something like whenever I've dabbled in trying to write scripts or whatever like that, I think he's very brave in talking about total nonsense whilst going to do something very serious.
Yeah, it takes the sting out of what's about to
either
happen.
Talking about Madonna before they go do a bank heist.
Yeah.
You know, Inglourious Bastards, them talking about, are they talking about the milk or something like that?
Yes.
Before he kills the family?
Yeah.
You know, and then in this, talking about burgers before they go shoot up a place. And Kill Bill, talking about Batman and Superman before they go have their final battle. The list goes on.
Well, it's even the bit where in Django where he makes his first kill, they're talking about that he makes him read the poster and like when he's killing the guy long distance, he's like, "Are you sure? Are you definitely sure, or are you positive?" And he's like, "I don't know what that means." And he's like, "It means you're sure." And he's like, "Yeah."
Yeah. He loves almost like juxtaposition, conversate what's going on.
You know what these two are about to go and do, and yet it's still like...
Yeah, it's very clever. It's a very, very, very
I wonder
clever...
how he comes up with the conversations as to what they're going to talk about.
I think he has them with his mates.
Yeah.
I genuinely think, because it's so his voice, you know, I could just imagine he's popped to France.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, right, Royale cheese. Oh, shit, I have to include
Yeah.
it. I think it's really... And I hope it's as simple as that, because I think that's the beauty of it. I mean, for all I know, he sits there for hours, you know, painfully thinking of each of these things. But it feels very lived in. His characters feel lived in. And that's what's so brilliant about it, because when his films become heightened and the characters feel so lived in, there's real, like, weight. There's real threat. You know, it feels more tangible.
Do you know what I think maybe that's why I didn't rate it as highly when I was younger, is because of John Travolta. Because that was the first time I'd seen John Travolta playing someone that's not so different to
Okay.
what I had seen growing up.
Okay.
Like, you compare that to flipping Grease and Look Who's Talking and things like that. It's like, or Hairspray, for goodness sake. And it's like, and then all of a sudden now I'm watching him as this killer, and it's like...
Yeah, I mean, I think, because also I'm a few years older than yourself, I think for me, it was kind of like a back to form for Travolta at the time, because, I mean, my favourite John Travolta film is a film called Blowout, Brian De Palma's Blowout, and he's very young in that, and he plays it's a very serious role, and you know, I was kind of used to that with Travolta. People don't even kind of tend to acknowledge how serious Saturday Night Fever even is. That he's a horrible person in that film, and I think oddly, I think actually even before I had seen Pulp Fiction, I believe I had seen Face Off. And in that, because he at times playing a villain, at times playing the hero, I was kind of used to it. But I totally get from your perspective, coming from...
Yeah, I think it threw me off a little bit.
You know, it's Danny Zuko.
Yeah, I'm thinking, what the hell is going on? Like, but still, it doesn't detract from what a great film it is, and I can see why a lot of people have it as an absolute classic.
That's an interesting thing, though, isn't it? Because I think a lot of people have that kind of like adjustment. If you're used to someone in a very specific role, it's quite interesting to see them do something else. Does it work or does it not? You know, that's...
And I think it definitely just goes with the fact that depending how old you are, some films, when you watch them the first time, don't have the same impression on you as they do when you watch it the second time. Like, you don't maybe appreciate certain actors playing certain roles, or the meaning behind some just small in what you thought was an insignificant line as a kid really resonates later on. So I think that obviously goes to show with the difference between the two of us. Yeah,
but I think also what's interesting is going forward, because I think also I think we were talking about this in the last episode with regards to Tarantino, like how he kind of flip-flops on what his favourite film of his is.
Yeah.
And I think we're a bit like that with his films. You know, like we're always kind of budding between Django and Kill Bill and, you know, Inglourious Basterds and the Reservoir Dogs. They're just so phenomenal, you know. You can pick one for each day of the week.
Yeah. I mean, you can pick any of them and it's not technically wrong. You're not technically...
Oh, no, absolutely.
Yeah, it's... I see what you mean, definitely.
And also, you know, with regards to our audience, like, we hope you know that any comments, or if you do want to say films, like in our shorts, we talk about our guilty pleasures and stuff like that. It's totally a judgment-free zone. I mean, we agree on all sorts of things.
Yeah.
Movie being the main one. And the thing is that it's great. If you like something, then that artist worked for you, didn't work for us.
Yeah.
Great choice. Yeah, I mean,
it's hard to. It would be hard not to put it in somewhere.
And I'm pleased you did, because I purposely didn't, because I thought you probably would pick that one. I have picked James Cameron.
Yeah.
For
True Lies.
For True Lies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good choice. I nearly picked that one myself.
Which is almost like, it's almost like James Cameron's James Bond comedy knockoff. Like, it's really weird.
I also forget that it was Jim Cameron.
Yeah,
because I don't immediately associate Jim Cameron with that. You know, obviously, if someone said Jim Cameron, I think Avatar, Aliens, and Terminator. I always forget that.
Yeah,
it's because it's kind of a diversion from him.
That's the strange thing about the film, is like it is and isn't. But you're at one minute you're dealing with like a untrusting marriage that's breaking apart, and you know, they're having marital problems, and then the next you've got like a James Bond opening, and then I mean it's amazing.
And you're trying to take. It's like, am I supposed to be taking Arnold Schwarzenegger seriously as like playing a replacement?
Well, sometimes
James
it's a
Bond,
flat out comedy though.
Yeah, that's
sometimes
what I mean.
it's a flat out comedy. Like his partner, is just like a flat out comic relief character, and then Bill Paxman is just like in a completely different film.
Yeah.
But it somehow works perfectly.
Yeah.
It works so well. So brief breakdown of what the film is about. Arnold Schwarzenegger plays a spy, very much a James Bond type of guy. And at the same time, he is living this dual life. He's also just a stay-at-home family man. Well, not so much stay-at-home.
No.
Actually, that's part of the problem. He's always out. They think of him just as kind of like this desk job, boring dad. But actually he's going out shooting and exploding everything.
Yeah, saving the world.
Yeah. His wife, played by the gorgeous Jamie Lee Curtis.
She's gorgeous.
There is a very memorable scene with her in, which was very formative for me in my younger rodent years. Anyway, she's looking for adventure and is tired of her marriage and she's bored and she misses being loved and lusted for, and Arnie just isn't ticking those boxes, and so
she thinks he isn't.
He's
not like that at all.
And also, so she kind of gets distracted by this Bill Paxman character. And then basically, Arnold believes that she's having an affair. So he starts spying on her, which then, basically, the actual job he is doing, which is this big, like, nuclear bomb, evil villains taking over the world type of deal thing that he's dealing with. It all comes together and they end up having to fight together as husband and wife. And, it's all a big hurrah at the end. But the reason I've picked Cameron for this film specifically is because he shows different flavours.
Yeah, I get that.
And I think that's lovely in his career. So actually, funny enough, the older I've got, I've appreciated it even more. When I watched it when I was a kid, and for me, the Schwarzeneggers, Stallones, Van Dams, they were my superheroes growing up because I was an 80s baby, so 90s, like all those guys were my heroes. They were my Iron Mans, Thors and stuff like that. So they're for me. And but now later I watch it and I'm like, in the catalogue of Cameron, it's like, oh, you're having a right laugh. You are having fun. Yeah. And you're having fun with people you love.
Yes.
Like, you love working with Arnie. You love working with Paxman. You love Jamie Lee Curtis. I know Curtis and Schwarzenegger were good friends. Yeah. So it's just...
No, I really get why you picked it.
It's lovely to see him...
Be different.
And having fun. Not that he didn't have fun on Aliens and Terminator.
No.
But they're more precious to him.
Yes.
He's more...
They're his babies, aren't they?
They're his babies. They're more serious. Whereas this is just like, if you shove this on a Sunday afternoon, you will have an absolute blast. You will have so much fun. And the action is incredible.
He knows what he's doing. And
the new 4K transfer of the uncut version, which you couldn't get here in the UK for donkeys, is amazing. It's amazing. So support physical media.
Yeah.
So that's my pick.
Good choice.
Very
good choice.
Actors. Actors. Do you want to do yours first?
Yep.
Go for it.
So I have gone for Mr. Keanu Reeves in Speed.
Hey, okay. Nice. I'm pleased you picked Speed because I didn't, because I thought you might.
I absolutely adore Keanu Reeves. Funnily enough, for some reason, I never really watched this growing up, so I didn't see it until I was a lot older.
No way.
I don't know why or how it just fell under the radar.
Oh, I used to play this with my action men.
Yeah. So,
I used to have them on top of like a fake train, like, you know, fighting and stuff like at the end.
I think because we're getting around the year that I was born, it's just one of those ones that just slipped by, and I never really appreciated. But I'm glad. I think I'm also glad that I didn't watch it until I was older, because then I gained more an appreciation for it, because obviously I grew up with The Matrix and John Wick and things like that. So
and Star Wars with Lucas's prequels.
So, like, to go back and see Keanu's older stuff, like Point Break.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, with
like,
Keanu. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I actually.
Yeah.
He did do stuff, but because to me, Matrix was my first introduction to Keanu.
Right. Okay.
So to go back and think, oh yeah, okay, he was doing this stuff already. This wasn't like early, you know.
My first introduction to Keanu Reeves.
Bill and Ted.
Nope.
Oh.
Was a film called Babes in Toyland, and he was just a wee little lad.
Because I mean, he's been
Babes in Toyland, and then it would have probably been Bram Stoker's Dracula, I would have thought.
Yeah.
But Babes in Toyland, him and an incredibly young Drew Barrymore. It's a made-for-TV Christmas movie, which me and my sister loved when we were younger, and I watched it all these years later. It's so bad, but it was great. I loved watching it again.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, do you know, it's interesting you say that though, because Keanu, Speed and Point Break were a big thing for him.
Yeah.
Because it's the guy who's not known for doing action, going like,
action.
oh, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and jump on the wagon with the Bruce Willises and the Mel Gibsons.
He did it because then he gets role of a lifetime in The Matrix. So.
Yeah, and then that's led to John Wick, obviously, and this amazing career.
But Speed it's an unusual concept for a film, isn't it? It's very simple. It's like, bad guy sets a bomb on a bus. The bus has to be driven above 55?
Yeah, no, just 50, I think. Or maybe it's 55.
Yeah.
I thought it was 50.
And it's like, once the speed drops down,
the bus will explode. That's right.
So you're trying to figure out the logistics of, but it's just done really well, because you think, oh, that's easy, just drive at 55. How hard can that be? But when
there's only so much motorway.
Yeah, there's only so much road, traffic.
Yeah.
And things like that, and it's
really gripping.
Yeah.
And it's held up so well.
It really does. Yeah.
And the cast is actually brilliant. Dennis Hopper, the villain, is phenomenal.
He's brilliant.
Love interest Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Jeff Daniels
is his partner
in there.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Have you seen the bit where Jeff Daniels is talking about his character and how he filmed? I don't want to. There's a slight spoiler in what I'm saying.
Okay, so skip ahead if you don't want to.
We'll put in a little bit for you. Spoiler alert. When Jeff Daniels' character dies,
blown up.
Yeah. Have you seen him talk about how he filmed that scene?
Yeah, but remind me.
So basically, they said he's looking around this room and he spots the bomb, and it's literally got about 3 seconds to go before it goes off.
Yeah, and he sighs, doesn't he?
You think, how the heck do you play someone that knows that they've got 3 seconds to live?
Yeah.
And obviously it's like, do you scream? Do you try and make a run for it? And then do you pray? Do you what? And he said what he saw in order to get inspiration for that is Roy Schneider talking about being in Jaws. Oh. And they talk about when he sees the shark for the first time.
Yeah.
And how do you react to, oh my gosh, this thing's huge and it's gonna kill me. Yeah. And he said that Roy Scheider, all he did was raise his cheek muscles,
step back,
and then step back and relax your cheek muscles, and that was
it. I haven't heard that.
And that's exactly what Jeff Daniels applied to that scene of just impending doom. In the great. And then so he was like, because I think Jeff Daniels originally got the script and he dies on like page 2.
Ah.
And Jeff Daniels was like, oh, screw that, pass.
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
his agent went, wait, there's another draft coming through, and you die,
a bit
but
later.
you die a bit later.
Yeah,
and he was
yeah.
like, oh, go on then, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And but yeah, he said he's thinking, what do I do for the scene? Oh, I know, I'll do that. So it's like, right, cheek muscles down, right, lunch.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
You know, I always, whenever I think about Jaws, and we were talking about James Cameron, I was thinking about Terminator 2, you know, it's amazing. So, beat for beat, what Cameron did was, when he was writing the script for Terminator 2, he was watching Jaws, and if you play them on 2 different televisions, all of the tension points match exactly. So,
that's so cool.
Yeah, and it's amazing. And I remember years and years ago when I was doing a screenwriting class, they showed us. And he just, because he thinks of like, he thinks of Jaws as like this kind of perfect film with regards to tension building, you know, beginning, middle, end.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he like, and I've always
Very
thought that,
clever.
and that's so cool. And even someone as amazing as James Cameron still needs, you know, relies on the old tricks of the trade and goes back to the masters and kind of goes like, right, well, if I copy this, it should work in the same way.
Yeah. No, that's
so
very
also
clever.
really cool.
But yeah, I think it's brilliant. Just classic early 90s film.
Yeah.
Everyone's fantastic in it. There's,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's cheesy.
Mature cheddar.
Yeah.
Mature cheddar.
But Keanu, I love these younger version like roles that he films that he's done. Is just
He's amazing.
that and Point Break are up there as some of my favourite of his younger work.
Yeah, and his whole career really.
Yeah.
You know, I think, yeah, and with regards to, I'll be saying this a lot, mature cheddar, which is kind of like this terminology I've created in order to explain a film that's cheesy but in a good way.
Yeah.
And if I call a film just cheesy, it's like that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
But if it's mature cheddar, it's like okay,
It's the good kind.
I can get on board with this.
Yeah.
Basically, most action films of the 90s is mature cheddar.
Yeah. 80s.
80s
Cheese.
hit and miss.
But mainly
Hit and
cheese.
miss. So okay, yeah,
Yeah.
great pick.
And yourself?
I have gone for Jim Carrey
Oh, brilliant.
in The Mask.
Yeah, I'm so glad you included this.
Yeah, I think as performances go, you brought up Robin Williams in Mrs. Doubtfire in the previous episode,
Yeah.
which is kind of like the showcase. This is what Robin Williams is made for, famous for. All of his stereotypes are put into this one performance. I feel like that's The Mask for Jim Carrey. Everything.
I mean, this was Jim Carrey's year. I mean, he did this, Dumb and Dumber, and Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
All standout like comedy performances.
Yeah, and then but it went on then the next year it was the second Ace Ventura, Batman Forever.
Yeah.
I mean, man, he was
non-stop.
rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
But his performance as Stanley Ipkiss. So the idea is he's like this loser banker, lovable loser banker.
Lovable
like
loser,
he's great. Lives in an apartment
down
where
on his luck, and he really just
down on his luck,
single guy, lonely,
and on a rainy day, the most gorgeous woman,
what a scene,
Cameron Diaz.
This was her first film role, wasn't it, Cameron? Is it one of her first?
Do you know, it might be her first film role.
I mean, if it is, what? I think it is.
I think it is her first film role. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be. Anyway.
It's a
oh
memorable
my
scene.
God. And
very impressionable on a young boy watching that.
Oh.
Flipping heck.
I mean.
Even as a young boy, just.
Man, woman and child.
Yeah.
Go and watch. If you watch this scene, all of you will be drooling.
Yeah.
Like, it's a phenomenal
You just
scene.
watch it just for that.
Yeah. Yeah. And we sound kind of grimy talking about it, but genuinely watch it. We're not. We'll just
play it. We'll put it.
We are just human.
Yeah.
Well, rodents, but still.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but actually, speaking of Cameron, she is brilliant in this. She is the perfect femme fatale who is essentially having to play the straight role against.
You can't compete with
Kerry.
Jim,
No.
Yeah.
But she is just like the woman everyone wants to be with, and
so she walks into his life one day in the bank.
Walks into his life because she is there plotting a bank robbery for her abusive mob. Well, to-be mob boss partner.
Yeah.
At the same time as this, down on his luck, Jim happens to come across a magical mask. And when he puts this mask on, he becomes the Mask, who's like this superhero, essentially.
He's like a Looney Tunes
superhero. I can fight crime, protect the world peace. But first,
he's like a Looney Tunes type character, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's it. He's a Looney Tunes character.
His eyes pop out of his head.
He can get hit with hammers, and he's just gonna run over. Inflate himself back up.
He can freeze himself in a block of ice.
Yeah. Freeze. Okay, unfreeze. It's just as good as a comedy as it is a superhero film, as it is romance, as it is. It's just a great adventure.
It's so quotable as well. There's so many memorable scenes.
And like the juxtaposition between Stanley Ipkiss and him as the Mask, like it's night and day.
Jekyll and Hyde.
It's a phenomenal, actual like Oscar-worthy performance. Comedies don't get enough.
But he
credit.
gets an Oscar in it, don't you remember?
Oh, yeah, he does. You love me. You really love me. And yeah, I just love it.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
And it's just one of my favourite.
And the fact that it's also been turned into a chain of restaurants, Coco Bongos.
Has it really? I never knew that they did that.
Yeah, it's in Mexico because
brilliant.
when me and my wife went on our honeymoon, we were going to go to Coco Bongos.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's actually become a chain.
Oh, that's wicked. I've been to like Bubba Gumps and stuff, but I'd love to go to.
No,
That'd
apparently
really
it's
cool.
in like proper like nightclub.
Oh,
vibes.
I love that. That's fantastic. But yeah, the score is also incredible. And I love his dog.
Yeah. What's he called?
Max. Is it Max?
That's the Grinch's one, isn't it?
Oh.
It might be Max again though.
It might be Max. Have we got two Max dogs?
Yeah. Really original.
Oh no!
That's
now
really...
all I've got is Max in my head, so I'm not going to think of anything else now. It's probably not Max, but there we go. But yeah, one of my favourite Jim Carrey films.
Yeah. So brilliant, so quotable, many memorable scenes. Yeah, I'm so glad you chose it.
Yeah.
It'd be a shame not to talk about Jim.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, would you say then that The Mask is top 3 Jim Carrey films?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
So what would be your top 3?
So, in order?
Yeah, we'll go in order.
In order, top 3 Jim Carrey films. Quite easy for me, actually. So, Truman Show's my number 1.
Yeah.
Different side of Jim in that. It's a more dramatic role.
It's not as comedic as you expect, yeah.
Then The Mask.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Classic. And then, my favourite, like, just balls to the walls comedy of Jim's. It's actually Me, Myself and Irene.
Oh, yeah. That's
which
is a
love.
relatively unknown one, I think. Like, underrated for Jim.
And it's a weird one because, like, I always used to, because obviously we all watch Dumb and Dumber and these amazing classic comedies. And then, like, for some reason, above all of them, Me, Myself and Irene is what I keep going back to. It's really strange. But that would be my 3. What about yours?
For me, I'd go Dumb and Dumber at number 1.
Brilliant.
I would say The Mask at number 2.
Great.
and I will go for Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls, the second one.
Really? You prefer that to the first one?
I think When Nature Calls is way better than Pet Detective.
Wow. Oh, if we do another short that sequel's better than the real, you should definitely put that in there. That's that's cool, man. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I prefer the first one, but I love that.
I think When Nature Calls is just absolutely fantastic. It's got more funnier moments for me.
I love when the spear goes in his leg and he's like, ah!
And then another, and he's like, throw me another one. And it's like,
yeah. I always
think
remember that.
the rhino scene is like,
yeah.
which like we said about the hot weather we're having, it's like warm.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, great stuff. Okay, so that's my actor. We've done yours.
Scenes it is.
Scenes it is. You go.
Okay. Well, funny enough, talking about Jim Carrey,
Dumb and Dumber.
I have chosen the scene from Dumb and Dumber.
Okay, there is many scenes from that film you could pick. Can I say a few?
Yeah, sure.
Well, there's like the tongue stuck on the skiing.
Yep. The pole.
The famous diarrhea scene.
Yeah.
The dream sequence.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, what else is there? What have you? Oh, sorry, I've just thought about when the poor blind kid
with the bird
head taped on. What is it? What scene have you gone for?
I've gone for the most when stuck in the car on the journey with the the guy that they're trying to kill him.
Mark. Yeah. Ing.
Yeah. And he's like, do you want to know what the most annoying noise in the world is? And he literally gets right up in his face and just screams.
Hey, want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? Guys!
Fellas, you think we could listen to the radio or something?
Radio? Who needs a radio? Ready, Harry? Mock. Yeah. Ing. Yeah. Bird. Yeah. 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 Mock.
I think it's one of the most quotable films ever. I mean, I've like even with the where Harry's absolutely freezing, and Lloyd's like, here you go, take my second pair of gloves, my hands are getting sweaty anyway, and it's just like, you had 2 pairs of gloves. This is
fantastic.
Or when they're riding along on the little moped, he's like, I'm so cold, and he's like, I need to pee, and he's like, just do it, man.
Yeah, and then he's stuck on it, man. Yeah, isn't it? But also, like I like the little gags.
Yeah,
like I love it when they're driving along, and the policeman drives up on his bike, and he's like, pull over. He's like, no, it's a cardigan, but thanks for noticing. I love that. That little stuff is the stuff that probably tickles me the most.
And it's, I think it was a toss up for me between the bit in the car or when he comes, because they go into their apartment, don't they? They're looking for them, and that's how the bird's head comes off, because they kill the bird as like as a warning. And Lloyd comes home and Harry's just sat there all depressed. And he's like, what's wrong? He's like, it's Petey. And he's like, well, what's the matter? He's like, his head fell off. It's like, what do you mean his head fell off?
My parakeet Petey? Huh? He's dead. Oh man, I'm sorry, Harry. What happened? His head fell off. His head fell off. Yeah, he was pretty old.
But it's like the fact that they don't think someone's come in and killed the birds.
Yeah.
They think that their pet budgie's head has just fallen off. And then they tape it back on and sell it to a blind kid.
It is like this. They're so awful, but they're so dumb. They don't even know they're being awful.
No, it's just fantastic film. But it's absolutely adorable.
Classic comedy.
And but the
classic.
only thing for me is that they ruined it with the sequel.
Yeah.
Dumb
Dumb and Dumberer, or no?
and Dumber. I think it's just called Dumb and Dumber 2.
It wasn't. Wasn't there a Dumb and? What?
There was like a weird spin-off one that doesn't have.
But they're like the young versions of them, isn't
when
it?
Harry
That was
when
terrible.
Harry met Lloyd, I think it's called.
That was awful.
That was.
But then even the sequel wasn't very good either. So, yeah, I remember seeing the sequel with them in when they came back, and just never seen it again.
Yeah, no, it's pretty forgettable, to be honest. And
yeah, what a shame.
yeah, it
What a
kind of
shame.
killed because it was made so much later.
Yeah, which would make you think they could do something kind of. Although I did love the gag of Lloyd is Jim Carrey, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah, Lloyd being in a wheelchair
And
for like 20 years.
Pulling the world's longest prank.
Yeah, I did. I must say, when I saw the trailer for that, I was hopeful because that's a pretty funny gag.
Yeah.
Great pick for a scene.
You?
Right, so we're going into spoiler territory for mine. I'm going to talk about Interview with a Vampire.
You've been warned.
Yep.
Been warned.
Interview with a Vampire. Skip ahead now if you don't want spoilers, if you don't care about spoilers, and just listen. It'll probably make you want to watch it anyway. So you follow a character called Louis, who is played by Brad Pitt. There is a reporter who's kind of become obsessed with Louis, played by Christian Slater. Louis says to him that he is a vampire and that he is happy to sell his story to Christian Slater. This is around about the 1970s. You then go back to 17...
Yeah,
something.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, so it's like 1790 or something like that. And you go back in time and you follow Louis' transition from human into vampire. He meets a vampire called Lestat, played by Tom Cruise, in a fantastic role, completely steals the film as the villainous Lestat. People say that Cruise isn't varied in his career, but that is a load of bollocks.
Mr. Tom Cruise defender over.
But he plays a phenomenal villain in this, and Collateral as well.
Yes.
But anyway.
This is very unusual for him, though. It's not a film that you'd think,
No,
Tom
definitely.
Cruise playing a vampire. Like,
definitely not. Playing a villainous vampire who turns Louis into a vampire to kind of become friends, kind of become his... Robin to his Batman, as he were.
like a companion.
Like a companion. Although Louis takes this very negatively, as you can understand, and thinks you've actually cursed me, whereas Lestat sees this as a great gift. He ends up turning a very... No, I can't remember who, but there's a very young Kirsten Dunst in it.
Yeah.
I think she was about like 12 when she did the film or something.
Yeah.
But she's turned into a vampire as well.
Because that's the thing, isn't it? When you're turned into a vampire, you stay the age that
which becomes an amazing performance for a young Kirsten Dunst, because the years go on, you see the decades passing, and her frustrations of this young woman trapped inside this child's body, her going through puberty and stuff, but internally. It's a fascinating role. And midway through the film, there is a scene where she slits Lestat's throat.
I'll put you in your coffin!
My God.
She kills him because of her anger towards him. Now, the reason I've picked this scene is because of the incredible animatronic. You would think that it's computer generated. It is not. It's actually this fully mobile animatronic of Tom Cruise that is seamlessly integrated into the film, and I'm going to put loads of footage up here now for you to see the behind the scenes of it.
Key to this working as an effect would be the performance of Lestat dying. And key to this effect working was that although, what people don't realize is that once Lestat is on the ground and his throat is cut and he's literally dying and that camera is pushing in, it is no longer a Tom Cruise in this movie. At that point, it's a robot.
But it's the kind of movie magic, macabre, that I adore. And seeing this in such a kind of like gothic, glamorous film, and it's a pretty violent scene as well, but it's a really cool scene, and it's quite sudden. Lestat ends up having a comeback later on in the film, where he's been stuck at the bottom of a bayou in Louisiana, being eaten by crocodiles and feasted off of snakes. So you can imagine when he comes back, he's angry and looks very, very scary. And it's an amazing scene. So that's my scene.
That's a good choice.
That's my scene which I've picked. So it's roundup time.
Roundup time.
Shall I go first?
Go for it.
Okay, so my picks were Jim Cameron,
Yeah.
who will be directing Jim Carrey in Interview with a Vampire. I will say that he will be the
Brad Pitt role?
Louis role, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Got a feeling that doesn't...
I don't. It doesn't
I think
sit
it's
very
Jim
well
Carrey
with
that-
me. I think
that's
Jim
letting it
Carrey. I think James Cameron doesn't fit.
Just none of it really.
It doesn't fly, does it? It's a bit of a flop.
Although I would like to see a Jim Cameron vampire film.
Yeah.
I
mean, I don't think it would look like Interview with a Vampire, but I would watch it. It's straight into the pit of despair, isn't it? We don't need to fester over this that much longer. It's a flop.
Pit of despair.
Let's move on.
Pit of despair. Okay, Remy.
So I've got Quentin Tarantino directing Keanu Reeves.
Yep.
In Dumb and Dumber.
Oh dear. Which role?
It was going so well. I couldn't replace Jim Carrey, so it'd have to be
Jeff Daniels.
But not that makes
poor
any
Harry.
difference. Which is funny because obviously if I had swapped Keanu with Jim Carrey, it would be Jeff Daniels and Keanu
from
Reeves.
Speed.
It'd be Speed, but with Tarantino and comedy.
None of this works.
None of it works. I mean, I'd love to see Keanu Reeves in a Tarantino film. Some kind
To be
of...
fair, I'd love to see Jim Carrey in a Tarantino film.
Yeah, I don't
I'd be
know how you'd
fascinated
work
to see
him
how
into...
that works.
Yeah. I think it's another one we don't just dwell on. It just goes
Wow,
to the pit of despair.
we have like Dead on Arrival ×2 right here.
Pit of despair.
Yeah.
It's a no-go.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Pit of Despair it is.
Shame after the success of last week, but...
No, at least we got there.
Yeah,
We've got one in the barrel, so it's
you
okay.
might just have to wait another 20 years through film for us to get to the next one. But...
Do you know what? Come back next week. I think I've got one.
Oh, well, if that doesn't make you come back...
I think I've got one.
I don't know what will.
My favourite film of this year, Luc Besson, Jean Reno, Natalie Portman,
Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman. It's Leon,
What
the
film?
professional.
Yeah. Great choice.
The director's cut. And it's very important that I stress the director's cut. It's it's about a crooked cop, played by Gary Oldman, an assassin played by Jean Reno, and a resident of a building
That Jean Reno
lives in, whose shitty parents basically are involved in this dodgy dealings with the cops. They come in, shoot the place up, kill her parents, and Leon, seeing this distressed young girl, because Portman was only about 12, 13 at the time,
Is it Matilda, her name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Takes her in. And eventually, through persuasion, starts training her up and as an assassin. And then basically, through her desire of revenge with Gary Oldman's character, things come head to head.
Yeah.
It's also a fascinating story with regards to Matilda and Leon's character. Matilda, a young girl who's had next to no parental guidance in her life, young woman around the period of time of puberty and stuff like that, kind of mistaking Leon's parental care, which is growing into parental love over Matilda, for attraction. She kind of becomes attracted to Leon, and Leon has to really say, no, this is not okay, this is not appropriate.
Because she dresses up, doesn't she, and does him dinner and stuff.
And she dresses up as Marilyn Monroe in one point, because, you know, what she knows is from the television.
Happy birthday to you. Happy.
And it's actually a really beautiful relationship that forms. It's a subject that could be really like icky to cross, but actually it comes across really loving.
There's nothing weird about it at all.
No. And also, by the way, I really don't like the fact that some people are kind of making it weird. Like online, I've seen some people like who watch the film who say there's like kind of like this weird romance between them.
There's not.
It's like, I don't.
It's made very clear that.
Yeah, I don't know what you're reading into there, but
Yeah.
Even Leon is incredibly clear about that. This is a line, and this is a parental relationship.
Yeah.
But it's also very human feeling she's having, and it's a really fascinating character study within this kind of like action thriller.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful, beautiful film, and I love it. And
It's an underrated Gary Oldman performance as well.
Yeah, possibly my favourite of his. Possibly my favourite.
I mean, the scene, the everyone scene. Have you heard him talking about how he like doing that scene?
Tell me, I've heard about him doing different cuts.
Yeah, so he's done different versions of in the film you see him scream everyone.
Yeah. Which you're a Community fan as well, aren't you?
Yeah.
And they rip that off.
Yeah,
in
they
Community,
do.
Yeah.
But I think when Gary Oldman's talking about filming that scene, he had done it so many different ways, and he was kind of like, I need to do something here. So he told the sound guy, and only the sound guy, what he was going to do to sort of like pre-warn him, like, by the way, I'm about to like burst.
Put some earmuffs in.
I'm about to burst your eardrums. And he didn't tell anyone else. So when Luc Besson shouts action and he screams everyone, I think he said even Luc Besson like almost fell out of his chair.
Yeah.
But he thought, oh crap, you know, I've ruined it. And he's like,
that's
no,
the shot
he
they
absolutely
picked.
loved it. And it's the shot you see in the film.
Benny, bring me everyone.
What do you mean, everyone?
It's a really just wonderful film that I don't think gets nearly enough credit. And for me, it's actually a top 5 films of all time for me. So it's a really special film for me.
Yeah.
I love it. Great. Okay, so yours.
So I have chosen The Shawshank Redemption.
It's a surprise we haven't mentioned it throughout our picks. Really.
No, it is.
But then again, it's your favourite. So
yeah, I mean, I think it's a fantastic film. Really, really brilliant.
What? Shawshank Redemption? A good film?
But the thing I find weird about it is that it's, I think, the top-rated film on IMDb.
Oh, give that one.
Which
makes...
I don't necessarily agree with it, but it's surprising to me that this is like if someone said to me, name what film you think is the top film of like all time.
As in,
people.
yeah.
I don't think I'd even put Shawshank in there.
I mean, if we're talking objectively, as in not like our personal favourites, but what do we think is the greatest film ever made?
Yeah,
I would say that's quite an interesting one to have up there.
Yeah, but it's a brilliant film about a guy who is wrongly imprisoned for a crime he didn't commit, and we're basically just watching his time served in prison. But during his prison stay, he transforms the prison for a start, and secretly he's tunneling his way out, and it's run by a horrible warden.
Directed by Frank Darabont.
Yeah.
Who did many Stephen King adaptations. This is actually based on a Stephen King book, which a lot of people don't realise.
No.
Same as Green Mile, which Frank Darabont did.
Also did, yeah.
Morgan Freeman. Amazing,
Morgan Freeman, yeah, absolutely brilliant. Morgan Freeman narrates the...
plays a character called Red.
Red, yes. Narrates the story. But it's brilliant how... Because the main character is called Andy Dufresne, who is he an ex-lawyer or no? He's like an ex-financial advisor or something.
I don't remember.
But he's very intelligent, and he basically enables it so that he gets like privileges and learns the prison system more through his manipulation of the guards and the warden, and I think he ends up being like almost the PA or secretary to the warden in order to get close to him, and it's a very elaborate
God, you know, I've not seen this
escape plan.
I don't think I've seen this film for about 15 years.
It is.
I'm gonna have to watch it again.
I mean, it even gets to the point like where he's handling checks and writing money.
I've got a vague
money
memory
out
of all
for
this
things, and
stuff.
has the access to the warden's personal safe.
I remember him getting everyone Cokes on the roof.
Beers on the roof.
Beers are there.
Yeah, because that's I think why I think he's a financial advisor, because he hears the lead guard he overhears their conversation where the guy is talking about his financial situation, and he says to the lead guard, do you trust your wife? Like, is she faithful? And the guy, he grabs him and literally is hanging him over the edge of the building, and he's like, how dare you insult my wife and whatever. And he's like, no, if you transfer your funds into her name, the IRS or the stuff can't take your money.
If you want to keep all that money, give it to your wife. The IRS allows a one-time only gift to your spouse for up to $60,000.
Bullshit. Tax-free?
Tax-free. IRS can't touch 1 cent.
You're that smart banker what killed his wife, aren't you? Why should I believe a smart banker like you? So I can end up in here with you?
It's perfectly legal.
I remember this.
And then to reward him for giving him that information, he just says, like, I just want a round of beers for the guys.
I remember this,
And that's how it came to pass, that on the second to last day of the job, the convict crew that tarred the plate factory roof in the spring of '49 wound up sitting in a row at 10 o'clock in the morning, drinking icy cold Bohemia-style beer, courtesy of the hardest screw that ever walked a turn at Shawshank State Prison.
And that's how he kind of, because he's not really well liked, because the first thing he says when he gets imprisoned is, I'm innocent.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, don't you know, we're all innocent here.
Yeah.
And he's quite hated at first, but through being himself, people learn to love him, and he becomes very beloved.
I mean, it's kind of considered the godfather of prison movies, isn't it? I mean, you've got your Great Escapes and stuff, but really, this is.
Yeah, there's more to it than him just tunneling out.
Oh, of course,
mean, it's been referenced in so many different things.
Yeah, well, it's an iconic film, isn't it?
Yeah.
Famously not successful when it first came out.
No.
It was a big flop when it first came out, and then has later become, well, apparently the highest rated film on IMDb. So, but there's a lot of films like that are classics now. Like Blade Runner, when that first came out, was not successful. And
no.
It's fascinating. Well, can't fault that.
Yeah.
Phenomenal pick.
Thank you.
So, well, that's it, isn't it?
That's it.
That's the roundup over, and there's our favourite films of the year. Let us know what yours are.
Yeah.
And see you next week.
See you next week.
See ya.